Okay, the swash comes pre-assembled with this, with the bearing as well as the top hat all joined together. There shouldn't be any need to do anything, so I'm not gonna. Okay, we'll Loctite all of these ball lengths. These are all 1.5, I believe, and they're all the same except for that anti-rotation pin. So we're just gonna globble Loctite on here. Okay, we'll make sure we're good around the inner swash plate, and then we'll move on to the outer ring. And this looks like a flathead. Right, and just wipe it down and squeeze out on any of these points. You don't want to get Loctite on the plastics. I'm gonna mount the swash plate onto the airframe. This anti-rotation pin. I hate having to get this thing in there. Okay, so get the pin in there first, and then I think you can work this down. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of pressure, but you can work that down. And then we'll put the head on. Make sure your following arms are out of the way. So like that. Insert the head block onto the main shaft. And you have your main Jesus bolt. I'm gonna look for the side that has the rounded bit. So this is oblong. It's hard to see. It's oblong on that side, and the other side is just a circle or half circle in this case. And that's how it keys in. So the circle is where you want to be. Okay, a circle. And you want to match up the main gear. Okay, the holes right there. Okay, slot the screw in. I'm gonna rotate it 180. Hold the screw on the other side or it's gonna fall out. We're gonna get this started threading. And then what we can do is we're gonna key it in there and then tighten it down while you're pushing with your thumb to keep it in the keyed spot. And eventually the screws will pop up through the other side and you should be good enough. Give this a tighten, snug down, and now we're gonna hook all this stuff up. So the following arms go on the ones that are straight out. Oops, not even in frame. Zoom out a little. Okay. So the following arms go on the ones that are straight out. Okay. Rotate 180, do the other end. Okay. Now we're going to drop down these arms. These go on the inner ones that are curved inwards. And so remember, I flipped these 180 so that the SAB logo will be on the outside of the swash. It's really hard to hold this and show you, but get the idea. Snap those in on both sides. We'll adjust the arms after when we get the setup going, but here we go. Here's your head assembly with your swash. We're gonna now build up the links here. We'll get that going as well next. Okay, so we're gonna do page 15, bag 15 here. We're gonna build up the servo to swash links. All right, so these are same as before. I'm gonna see if what happens if I just go screw it in by hand. Do they even as sums out, or do I have to, is it best to use what was it, 0.9 to tighten these down? So let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. Folks that might not have a 0.9 Allen tool, not a common size. All right. In the picture, it looks like it's pretty much butt together. I'm gonna butt them together and then back them out a little bit. We'll call that done. And it looks like it's evenly threaded. Can't tell. I mean, from the holes, I see the bolt right there, as well as right there. So yeah, I don't think you need to do it with a tool. I think you can just do it by hand. So start threading in one side. And this one's kind of hard to get threaded in. Okay, there we go. Hold it tight and then back it up a little bit. And the last one here. Okay, hold it together and back it out a little bit. Okay, so we want the swash plate to be level, meaning we want the arms to be level here, the following arms. Okay, so we'll put the first ball on here. I'll do the rear elevator servo. And then usually what I'll do is I'll turn on everything. I'll hook these up to the Neo and turn them on and try to set the swash level. Okay. Number 2, and number 3. Okay. Receiver pack. Okay. So on my Neo, I am gonna go to my trim setup. Make sure my servos are where I want them to be. And now I'm gonna figure out where I want the swash to sit. So that's too high. I'm gonna go in a little. And that's where I want to be. Okay. So that's going to be the point I want to be at. Let's go to the next one here. Now, I'm just eyeballing this. Now, if I had a swash level 2, I would probably use that. But, I mean, I would use that. But right now, I think eyeballing is it's good enough. Now, how I'm eyeballing this is I'm seeing where the ball sits and where this arm is sitting here. So you see how the rear, let me show this way. The rear is actually a little bit down. So let me see. Pop this off. Okay. So I want that swash to be level. So this side, so it's gonna be hard to do because I gotta get both the fronts to be equal for for these arms to equal out. But I'll eyeball it, and then I can just adjust the trim on the radio to get it perfect. Just because I adjust the servos ahead of time doesn't mean I don't adjust things on the helicopter itself as well. Back servo needs to go a little bit forward more. Okay. And that's good enough eyeballing for me. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. All right, next we're gonna move on to the motor. I'm actually waiting for my motor to come in. Should be in by UPS today, so.